right, let's talk about the best practices for image SEO, image search engine optimization. If you ever, maybe you haven't, I had never really thought about this until a couple of years ago. But if you've ever searched for anything, maybe you search for, I don't know, a red pen or a black pen that's with red ink, or you search for an iPhone with no case, or you search for whatever, one of these, right? I don't even know what you type in for this, a drink cooler, whatever it is. If you've ever searched for something at all, and then you toggled over to the image tab on Google, have you ever asked yourself, why are certain images ranked above others? Why are they putting certain images at the top and other images on the second row or the third row or clear down on page 5? Have you guys ever thought about that? Because I know for the longest time, I never really thought about it. I guess I didn't really necessarily think it was random. I just had never considered, but I am here to tell you there is a rhyme, there is a reason, and there is a strategy behind getting your images to rank. And imagine if you are trying to rank for concrete, right? And you can get a image to rank when they type in Bentonville concrete and look at images, your picture shows up at the top. And if they click on the picture and visit the website, it's one more way to get traffic to your website. And guys, the game is very simple. Have a converting landing page or a converting website, whether you have a landing page or a website, depending on what stage you're at. Get traffic, get as much good buyer intent traffic as possible to that web page, to that website, and then turn it into leads. That's the whole game. And images is one of those avenues that we don't really think about, we don't really talk about, and we really are missing an opportunity there. Okay, so I'm just going to go over a couple of the best practices with image SEO. Okay, so number one, make sure that the images that you are using are not copyrighted. As I've said again and again, the only thing that wins is white hat. White hat wins all day, every day. You might get a quick win doing black hat in the short run, but I promise you long term, it will not win. Make sure there's no copyrights. If you go to Google and you want to look for images, there's some different filters you can use, and you can go to usage rights and you can go and find images that do not have copyrights. There's also free websites like Pixabay and Pexels.com you can grab images from. And then what I like to do is if I have a local client, I'll actually send out somebody from my team to go take photos of some of their jobs. Or as part of the deal, I'll tell the business owner, I need your help in getting me images. And you can literally just use your iPhone. I don't care. Okay, so number one, make sure that these are all above board. There's no copyrights or it's going to hurt you. I promise you that. Okay. Next, this is something that most people kind of forget about. They don't think about. Make sure that whatever images you're going to use, make sure that the houses and the landscape actually fit the area. For example, if you are going to do a website for Las Vegas concrete, you're going to want to make sure that there is a desert climate. You're going to want to make sure there's red rocks and cinder block walls and palm trees, right? That it's a dry area. It's a dry climate. And what I've seen too often is that, and that's kind of a big contrast, but I know, and I bet everyone listening to this right now is if you went to a website, you think about your hometown, think about the place that you grew up in. If somebody ranked a website in your hometown and they were putting images on that website, do you think you would be able to tell if those images were from that city? I know for me, I would without question be able to tell you that this person is not local. I could look at the images and go, yeah, close, but that's not it. I know that's not taken here. So that person's out of town. That might impede me, or that might cause me to not want to call that person. So make sure, do a little bit of research. What I like to do is I like to go to Zillow. I like to go and look at houses for sale. And I like to go and look at the yards. I like to go and look at the landmarks. I like to go and look at what the city actually looks like. Do the houses have, are they wooden? They have siding. Are they brick houses? Are they stucco houses? If you put houses with siding and try to rank a website in St. George, Utah, I would know you were out of town because everything here is stucco, right? Or if you put basements, there's no basements here. It's all slabs, okay? So guys, number two best practice is make sure that the images actually look like the city that you're going into, okay? Tip number 3, best practice number 3 is resize your images. You want to make sure that these images are not huge. If they're massive images, it's going to take longer for the page to load. And load time of a page is a factor. If you click on a website and it's spinning and spinning and spinning, how many times have you just said, this is too long, and you go back and you never go back to that website? That is a factor. And Google is going to ding you if your load time is crap. Make sure that you resize them. Guys, the actual resizing metrics, you can look them up. These are also things we go into specific detail inside of my program, but you need to make sure they are resized. And then the last key or last best practice I'm going to give you is rename your photos, and rename your photos and strategically add in those keywords. Instead of the image being 1234567.jpg, why not have your photo be called Bentonville dash house dash concrete, or whatever it is. Use your keyword list. This is why we talk about keyword list. Make sure that you have that keyword list done first. It's going to make your content easier. It's going to make your anchor text easier. It's going to make it easier for you to know what to name your images. Make sure that you're naming your images so that they match what the photo is, but that you're also incorporating those keywords, because that is what's going to allow you to show up for certain searches in the Google image section. Okay, these are some of the best practices for image SEO. It's something that people look over, something that people don't think about. These things all matter, and the more of these little tiny tweaks that you can do, and they're things that your competitors are not willing to do, the better chance you're going to have of winning this game.